Hi there, I'm Nick Slater, I'm Director of LU Arts, and I just wanted to tell you a little bit about our short film competition which we've recently had. We had 29 entries altogether, and they were really of fantastic quality, and they showcase different types of filmmaking, whether it be animation, stop motion, art house. The brief for all the entries was they had to make a film in lockdown with the limitations of what they had around them. And they really show the imagination, creativity and quality of the students that we've got. The 4 films that we selected for prizes are all very different. What became apparent was that some films were dealing directly with experiences of lockdown, whereas all others were more just creatively coming up with ideas for different films. And so they were very hard to divide, and in a way there isn't one winner because all 4 films are equally good, and I suppose it's also a very subjective thing. But anyway, I will let you watch the films. Hopefully you'll enjoy them and you can make your own choice as to which you think is the best. Thanks very much.
When something arises that has the power to hold the world and impact every single person on the planet, regardless of location and background, you can't help but feel powerless. Our family's bubble. Sheltering away from others is not just for our benefit, but for that of others, friends, family, and complete strangers. Like most families, we have had to retreat and hide away in our homes, creating our safe bubble. Surrounded by walls, we are now faced with a sudden challenge, a shift in reality and way of life, incomparable to anything we have ever experienced before. I left my uni in a rush for Egypt, where my family lived, just in time before the airport closed, fearing I would miss my Easter holiday with them. But who would have guessed I'd still be here, the airport still shut, more than 2 months later. Work and learning shift online, becoming the new norm. Laptops, headphones, and notes have turned our home into an active office and classroom. Wi-Fi is struggling with the sudden demand. Zoom calls and FaceTime attempt to replace face-to-face human interaction that we had always taken for granted. If I'm honest, my time in Egypt during the pandemic has been positive. A time to slow down, which was always difficult for me to do before. Special time spent with sisters, time I would never have envisioned having after leaving home. Extra time to try new things, get creative, and build up a suntan. Appeasing my little sister by creating endless TikToks together. And my dog has never been happier, having the whole family home 24/7. It's a time I'm secretly grateful for.
Other eyes are shining like the sea for you, the Queen of San Louis. I'm a ghost to you, you're a ghost to me, a bird's eye view of San Louis.
But on the flip side, I have been separated from my boyfriend, who I miss like crazy. Missing hanging out with friends and putting planned adventures on hold. It's hard, and staying positive isn't always easy when the light at the end of the tunnel isn't appearing. Then you suddenly get reminded that there are people out there suffering way more due to coronavirus than me. Frustrated when you see people neglecting social distancing, when you're trying so your best to do your part. But you don't know their story. Not everyone has the luxury of choice. In Egypt, we have been lucky and allowed to escape our homes on drives and long walks. These are brief moments when you forget and life feels normal. Until you're brought back to reality with news headlines, face masks, and excessive hand sanitizing. We will continue to live in our safe bubble in our homes, where we play the waiting game with the uncertainties of what's to come. For someone who's used to planning everything, it's a real challenge. But that's not a bad thing.
California, call you queen.
Hi guys, my name is Esther Renee Walker and I'm a writer and filmmaker from East London, and I'm the creator of 56 Black Men, the micro short film which was inspired by the 56 Black Men campaign created by Cephas Williams, who is an amazing man who created this campaign where a range of different black men were shot in black hoodies to challenge the stigmas and stereotypes often thrown at black men and that are ingrained even in Britain today. And I really wanted to make a film that kind of explores some of these stigmas and challenges, not all, but some of them that I know other black men have had to deal with, and really a place and space is desired where black men can be embraced for their authentic and their differences and their nuances, and not being boxed or caged into one specific category or to one specific thing. And I really hope that this film would prompt you to look at the 56 Black Men campaign, but also look outside of that, look about or search about race, search about diversity, search about inclusivity. Education and conversations is where things start, is where small changes happen, but nonetheless, they are significant changes. This film was shot with an iPhone with family and friends in the area, and it just shows that you can use your limited resources around you to create something. So thank you, and I really do hope you enjoy this film.
In a land where our skin embodies images of advertised African poverty, American ghettos, the estate down in East London Hackney, fueled by violence, vulgar, vibrate, skengdo and AM, heady one tracks, FUs and suck your mum for taking the piss out of my African mum, who is not really African. I mean, she's specifically Nigerian. I mean, the ignorant white brother can't tell the difference between country and continent. I mean, I'm the uneducated one. In a land where black is merely immigration stories, urban myths of a monkey's heritage, smoking weed, hide weed, deal with the weed, addicted to weed, weed, bear, weed. I use the word bear. It doesn't mean I'm not eloquent in speech, but I live in a land where my lingo mocks my chance of being considered equal, ambitious, innovative. All the colors of the rainbow that allows others to dream ferociously. All the colors of the rainbow that I apparently can't see. Cause in this land, I'm black before I'm me. In a land where, for every black man you see represented doing something negative, there are 56 of us that aren't. In this land, our melanin radiates excellence. Some successes are prevalent and all of us are still on our grind lest we end up desolate. We can't afford to stop to show the world the rainbow that is East London's Dixie's and Bossman's Corner Shop. In this land, I can't be stereotyped cause the music in my skin cannot be commercialized. There are so many layers, complexities, and colors that I am produced with the blood of Christ. In this land.
Paul,
Ola, Dami,
Tony,
And Caleb, and Caden, and me, we're free.
Hi, I'm Laura Evans, a fine arts student at Loughborough University, and my short film was inspired by a piece of writing from Estrida Neimanis called Hydrofeminism, or On Becoming a Body of Water. The elements of this text that really stood out to me form the narrative alongside some of my own writing about my body and my encounters with water. Through this short film, I hope to encourage people to reimagine and re-establish their relationship with nature, with their bodies, with the natural bodies that surround us, and how lockdown may have impacted or affected this. I'm also really interested in the new ways in which we encounter nature in the 21st century. Through the mediation of screens, we encounter nature in a pixelated form through platforms such as YouTube, Google Maps, Google Images, Instagram, documentaries, and I hope to visualise this through my short film. I hope you enjoy it.
We are all bodies of water. There is a pond in your eyes, and a newt, lost forever humming, struggling movement. The ongoing growth that mirrors previous steps, repeat and repeat, mark making and making marks, brushed into leaves, scribbled into laminated petals, and the backs of frogs hues in dancing. We are all bodies of water. As watery, we experience ourselves less as isolated entities and more as oceanic. I am a singular, dynamic wall dissolving in a complex fluid circulation. The space between ourselves and our others is at once as distant as the primeval sea, yet also closer than our own skin. The traces of those same oceanic beginnings still cycling through us, pausing as this bodily thing we call mine. Becoming bodies of water, ebbing, dripping, coursing, traversing, time and space, pooling as both matter and meaning. Webs of physical intimacy and fluid exchange. Water retains our more anthropomorphic secrets, even when we would rather forget, and to drink a glass of water is to ingest the ghosts of bodies that haunt that water. Profoundly wondrous and entirely banal, water guides a body from young to old, from here to there, from potentiality to actuality. We have all risen from the same primordial soup. Nobody can come into being, thrive or survive without water to buoy its flesh, enfolding in, seeping from, sustaining, saturating. Our bodies are thresholds of both past and future. Bodies need water, but water also needs a body. Water is always sometime, someplace, somewhere. We are a corporally connected, aqueous community. Distinctions between human and non-human start to blur. We live in a watery commons, where the human infant drinks the mother, where the human infant drinks the mother, the reservoir is replenished, the reservoir, the mother ingests the reservoir, the reservoir is replenished, the reservoir is replenished by the sustains the fish, the storm absorbs the fish, and the fish are consumed by the whale. My body is a marshland, estuary, an ecosystem. Companion species swim through the river of my veins, nestling in my gut, extending through my fingertips, pooling at my feet. We are all bodies of water. There is a pond in your eyes, and a newt, lost forever humming, struggling movement. We are all bodies of water.
Hello, I'm Amber and I'm a final year fine art student, and this is a short introduction to my film that I've entered for the short film competition. So the title of the film is Every Day is the Same but Different, and the general overview is It's a story of me and my housemate and how we have worked during this pandemic, establishing a new normal, which revolves around virtual relations, going on a daily walk to keep us active, and another surprising element is interaction with animals, so there's a lot of nature. Thank you for watching. I hope you enjoyed the film. When do you think you'll be housebound?
2 weeks. Next week, Friday.
What?
Yeah.
Fuck me.
I don't know.
I don't want to risk not being able to get you, I suppose.
Yeah.
So, there's a bit of a crisis now. Boris Johnson's told us not to go to the pub.
Every video, every single day is going to be me like, and so we begin. Day one, I'm drunk.
All about the country, all about Europe, all about America. And that means that the disease starts to spread from lots and lots of different places. Because the economies were completely cramped and would have nothing to wake up to.
I see them blue for me, and I think to myself, what a wonderful world.
Holly, perhaps one of the most recognisable woodland trees. You will have no problems finding holly in the woods. Didn't expect this.
I'm a vegetarian! Please!
Hola. You'll get there one day. Holly's made such a mess in this lounge.
It's all you. Every single thing in here is you. Even if you can just see.
No, see, look at all the stuff that she's got in here.
This is my side of the room, and this is your side. This is the comparison of personality, mate.
Well, you're a bit blue, aren't you?
I'm going to go for a pee.
Okay. Yeah, we drank a bottle of wine.
Yeah, but you're drinking faster than I am, which.
My glass is smaller than yours.
Well, I'm putting less in my glass.
Now you're even bickering like an old couple of 17.
No, we do it all the time. We do it all the time.
Drinking faster.
Rude.
That's the problem.
Saludos!
I don't want to go too close because I'll pour it on my laptop.
Oh.
Oh.
I miss you guys a lot.
I miss you, Christos.
And the tickets is where's the fucking love roll?
You've had enough.
And she's got the coronavirus, so I'm doomed, and I can't leave the house.
I haven't definitely got
because
it.
of your shit immune system.
I've just got a cough.
You have a dry cough and a headache. A dry cough and a headache.
You should feel my head though. Maybe I don't have a temperature. That's one of the.
You're sweating.
What?
You're sweating.
I'm sorry.